Welcome to the Heavyweight Podcast.
The Heavyweight Podcast. Heavyweight Podcast. You listen.
We can weigh in on some heavy shit, you know.
Good. This is Heavyweight Podcast, episode 42. Shout out to Jackie Robinson.
Jerry Stackhouse.
Jackie Robinson. I'm your boy Molito. I'm here with these three guys. Go ahead and state your names.
Stutter McFly, aka Jesse the Barber's son.
Kevin Wendell. You guys didn't like Heathcliff.
We didn't at all. I was waiting on Geek to.
This is Geek 40.
All right, fellas. How was your week? Everybody sober up from the party yet?
Yes.
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 Barely.
Yeah. But it's
early.
It's well past, and I'm better.
Yeah, I doubt I can consume that much alcohol to just now be getting over it.
I
Gotta keep the party
rolled
going,
some side though. Rolled some side.
You took it back all the way back to the field, huh?
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna be right back. These niggas out here cutting grass. Y'all keep going.
Well, your week, Stutter?
It was eventful. I'm just preparing for the new bid. I'm looking forward to starting earlier in the
Round them out.
and gonna be eventful.
Yeah.
To see the new bids and see how our jobs turn out.
Yeah.
'Cause we got
Geek?
seniority and shit.
Big dick seniority.
I mean, thanks to my injury, I don't have to do what I was doing before for a bit. So just been working on some D&D content.
My initial thought was you turned that hoe into a housewife.
Wow.
That's just a bobcat.
See,
I told y'all my mind always in the gutter. My week was chill, trying to recover. Drunk a lot of alcohol. I remember most of the day. I think Sunday was fun. I was just laying down, and then now I'm working. That's it. So
Work.
let's jump right into this. We're gonna talk with the whole process of dealing with stress and maintaining, because I was trying to maintain that buzz last weekend, but I guess I'm trying to maintain life again. So I know briefly we discussed about focusing on singular tasks last pod. About that's how we kind of focus and try to block out the distractions. Is there any other things you fellas do to like maintain, to try to keep it even still, so you're not going up and down? I know you're trying that with the heart monitor and all, whatnot.
Yeah. Shout out to our coworker Hunter. We had a conversation a couple weeks ago, and he was telling me a little bit about his life, and he told me some advice that I wanted to share. That he just said, you got to keep moving forward, no matter how much life is going to try to become an obstacle, slow you down, slow you up. You just have to still keep moving forward, even if it's not a fast forward, but just forward. Even if you're taking a step in that direction, as long you just keep moving. And that's what I try to do. Is at the end of it, I'm trying to focus on a singular task that may help me, or just getting up every day and trying to keep a routine. And I know that a lot of shit is on my shoulders, and I'm trying to figure it all out. I think about what he says, and I'm doing something. It might not be fast. It might not be. I'm doing something to keep moving forward. Losing my dad, having my mom in a car accident, having the shit that's going on with my mom, dealing with my health, dealing with everything that keeps getting thrown at me. I just get up every day, put my pants on one leg at a time, Just keep moving forward. Forward progression, even no matter how slow, it's still forward progression.
That's what's up.
I agree. Baby steps is still progress, baby.
What about you? What about you, Mr. Wendell?
Lately the shit I've been trying ain't been working, or not been trying that I usually do.
Mhm.
Ain't been working. I think I've been handling shit wrong, like just trying to do it on my own and just, I don't know, had the wrong mentality of like, who gives a fuck? It's your shit. Deal with it. But I went back to the well and it actually felt really good. I picked up a notebook and wrote some jokes for the first time in a while, like a long, long while, and that felt good. Like to develop an entire joke. 'Cause I used to just try to piddle around and just couldn't. And then it's almost that singular task thing. Like I just locked in and was like, all right, we're gonna do this once a day. Come up with a new joke a day. Come up with a new joke a day. So just that outlet of writing again is really helpful. Really, 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 really helpful.
That's what's up, Keith.
I just honestly here lately, even though gas prices are dumb high still, I've gone back to just driving.
Damn.
I guess triggered.
Flex. That's a flex.
Right?
What?
I get
Driving?
You got money,
driving.
man. You got money.
What you do today? I just drove like
Yeah.
50, 60 miles just for nothing.
Yeah, just to clear my head. Had the wind in my dreads, just chilling.
I mean, it's an investment in my mental health.
I get that.
Look
I
at
flex
you.
with that, but you still flexing.
Damn. That's what rich niggas say. I'm just investing in me.
Am I the only one that looks at the mile range of my car and go, fuck.
Yeah, I can't. Bro, I can't.
When I saw you pull up at the park in that truck, I said, God, I almost passed out. I said, shit. He came from LA and that
Trust me.
shit.
Trust me. It was one of those things where I woke up and the car seats were in one car and I was like, I have to leave right now. I guess I'm taking this.
And it's a lifted truck. Oh my God.
But yeah, driving had always, well, except for when I was doing it for work, driving was always like my go-to to kind of just get out of my own mind, and I'll have the music blasting and just pick a damn direction. And even if it's just around, well, I'm not gonna say where I stay, but around the freeway, just do a big ass circle and just come back to the crib.
I will say this. Recently, kind of on the same tip here, Guy. I hop on the bike. Now, granted, I'm getting 60 to 70 miles to the gallon. So,
That's different.
it's I'll take the $12 to fill up over to 60 to 70, 2,000 for Kevin. I don't know how he
I
does
bet
that.
you if you ran over somebody 3 times in that motherfucker, they ain't coming back.
He not living. And that fucking Kevin's truck ain't nothing living. So I mean, yeah, the bike has been calming. It's been a calming factor. I think because when I'm on it, I think I told Stutters, when I'm on it, I have to focus on what I'm doing. Like I can't wander, because if I wander, I die. Like I have to be mindful of everything that's going on and everything around me. And it's also it's weird because the bike has also taught me like patience and impatience at the same time. Like I'm impatient, I want everybody to get the fuck out of my way, but at the same time, it's like, whoa, nigga, like let's calm down because there's no second
that
attempt
y'all
at this.
about to twist up. Y'all about to twist this up.
Okay.
But you feel that power between your legs when you're driving that thing.
He felt the power between my legs last night too.
It was too easy, right? Too easy.
Too easy.
Okay.
Too easy.
All right.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I get it. I'm on the same tip. Kind of like moving on. I don't think people really correlate the impact of stress on your health, and so I think anything that we can do to like maintain the stress, maintain some type level of stability is important. Stress is one of the leading killers among black men, among men in
Just
general.
black man.
You know, and I think we need to be aware of that. And I think as black men, I think we worry a lot, about many things, many different things. A lot of shit that really ain't important, but we worry about it at the end of the day. But so I guess my question to you guys is stress, dealing with stress currently, trying to separate the real from the unreal, the bullshit from all that. What's your takes? Because I mean, it ties into the
Currently
last.
trying to
Vigorously masturbating.
Okay, sir.
yeah.
Then angrily masturbating.
I'll never do anything angrily when it comes to my body.
Then I get into a mode where I just look at my car and think about driving it. I don't drive it. Think about driving it.
Oh,
And I
which
was like,
car?
man,
Which car, sir?
if the BMW.
Which? Oh, okay. Go ahead and flex on them.
I think
That's what.
about it and I'm like, man, one day if the gas gets to it, I'm gonna dip in that for sure because it's a sport. I'm gonna put the top down. I think about that shit. And I said, is this what my dad was thinking when he was driving this? Like
Hell yeah.
top down, cruising down, speeding. But I'm afraid to because of gas, and then it's not registered yet. But it's still something I think about, and it does put me at peace because it's something I get to share with my dad. That's the real shit.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Pete?
Okay, let's go in.
Am I the only one that's like, once my money's good, I'm trying to get a race car? Like,
Yeah, I think you are,
Yes,
sir.
yes, because
Yeah. Yes.
I got too many mouths to feed. Yeah, I can't. I wish I had it. The
Because
thought,
when
shit, it just
I spoke with you briefly at the park about the race car, you sound like you trying to get somewhere you got to put 91 in.
or flex fuel.
Oh, you got the
Again,
corn. Putting the corn in.
again, I say too rich for
Like,
my blood. But
I
you live in
don't
that no kid life.
like I said, driving has always been like a
I
thing for
see
me.
you.
So
I don't know where the fuck wife just came out with it. I was like, okay, cool.
She said, Kevin, flex on these niggas.
Oh, we
and it's like
ropes.
I'm not even gonna deny when I get the car, I'm gonna be out there doing some dumb shit. Just
Burning tires, huh?
yeah, basically. That's my stress relief.
American Tire is
That's
gonna love
always
you.
been my. Kevin knows when I had my old school, I did a big ass burnout in front of his house.
In the burbs?
That's because the white people was doing it too.
Well, yeah.
we knew it was cool.
But yeah, and I was doing dumb shit like that in that car too. So it's always like it's to the point now where I think about it often. Like I want me a fast car, not to particularly go fast, but
What?
it just brings me back. It just brings me back to a headspace that I prefer.
Damn.
He gonna be out there just.
I think what it is,
I'm not gonna be
Keith,
going like, huh?
for us, it's we want to have that those toys and those things, but when we have kids, I have to live vicariously through
Well,
them.
I
So
mean,
I almost bought a Megazord today.
I bought a Nerf gun today.
So you
well,
like
yeah.
those
There's
are the
kind of a time
yeah.
limit. I'm trying to do it while I'm still single. So
I
once
fuck
I
with that
have
one.
it, it's gonna be
Enjoy
very
it.
hard. It's gonna be very hard for me to like if I do end up with somebody. It's gonna be very hard for me to
Yes,
get
it
talked
is.
into getting rid of it.
Or you gonna be on Reddit?
I hate how she keeps telling me I gotta get rid of my race car. Should we get a divorce? Like, nah.
Oh,
I will-
update, gentlemen.
Oh, go ahead.
Update. We can run a little longer, just so you
Oh.
know.
Okay,
I know I threw it in the middle. Sorry, but
just say pineapples. Um,
Go, rope.
I will say this, Keith. I like the fact that I can go fast. Well, I can't really go fast. I mean, my bike has a governor on it for good reason. I'm not gonna tell you how I know it's governed, but it's governed. And
There's only way you know. There's only
huh?
one way you can
Sorry,
know.
the forums told me. I
There's
was
only
looking it up online.
sure it was a
Um,
forum. Uh-huh.
and but I do like the fact that if I need to get somewhere real quick, I can get somewhere real quick. Like, and on top of that, I'm on a bike, so I can fit through shit that other people can't fit through. Don't say it. Don't say it.
I got two questions.
Is it too easy?
Yeah.
It was too easy, right? Okay.
What's the questions?
Have you gone on like a run through like a canyon or anything yet?
Yes.
And have you bashed anybody's mirror off yet?
Not. I haven't bashed anybody. I've wanted to, especially fucking Tesla drivers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Tesla
I can't
drivers
wait till
are
you
the
do it.
worst.
I hate Tesla drivers.
The worst.
And here's the thing. So I was actually coming home from the not so great city of Colton the other day, and I'm on the freeway, and it's Southern California, so traffic is bad. So I'm doing what I do on my bike. I'm splitting lanes and I'm dipping. And then for some reason, it's a fucking Tesla that just don't want to get the fuck out of my way. I said, dude, you see everybody. And I don't think people understand that in California it is completely legal for a motorcycle to split lanes in traffic. Matter of fact, the handbook tells you to split lanes in traffic.
Question: was the thread for that governor on the back of the Tesla?
No,
Okay, I'm just checking.
no. But
Continue.
the only times I've had issues, it's either been with Teslas and people with out of state license plates.
True. Okay, that makes sense.
Like I had a
Get
guy
you
in
some
F.
gloves.
It was a guy with an F-150 in the Florida plate, and I said, oh yeah, because in Florida I know you can't split lanes in Florida. You got to just talk. But I said, this is California, buddy. I did
Get you some
also
rocks
a
and some
couple weeks
pennies.
ago. Stutter, I don't think he told you, but I caught up to our coworker, Mr. Bettino, and I flipped him off as I rode by him.
Was he in his
He was in his white magic. We can call it.
oh Mr. Winky?
Yeah.
'Cause he barely got that headlight fin.
Yeah. So what about Mr. Wendell? You never gave your takes on how you deal with your stress.
Gold ropes.
You're currently.
Yeah, I said I've been writing jokes.
Oh damn, you did say that, huh? But then you stepped away. You threw me off.
It's my
Threw me
bad.
off. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna move on. Speaking of Reddit, since instead about Reddit, we're gonna talk about a Reddit story. The title says self-esteem issues. Do any of you guys suffer with self-esteem issues?
Yes.
Every day.
Mr. Wendell,
Every day.
you suffer?
I don't.
I don't know. When I get a fresh shave, I ain't no nigga look better than me. So the story goes. First off, I know it's not normal for me to be/feel this way. I currently just started going to therapy to get help for my self-esteem issues. Shouts out to you, sir, for going to therapy. That's important. Therapy is important. Sorry, ma'am. This is a chick. Sorry, miss. My partner doesn't express his interest in other women around me, but whenever I notice he likes a page on Facebook of a woman he could be interested in, an influencer, a celebrity, athlete, or musician, it makes me feel insecure. Always them damn socials. It makes me feel like the qualities or traits these women possess is something that I will never have, and I feel invaluable. What could possibly make me special compared to these women? Example. One is an athlete who skateboards, and I have to say that she's very attractive and fit. On the other hand, I on the other hand go to the gym, work out, but not as toned as a skateboarder would be. Plus I don't know how to skateboard. Obviously, this has nothing to do with him, as I understand it's natural to be attracted to others as long as it doesn't affect our relationship. I just hate feeling this way and being jealous for no apparent reason. I brought it up a few months ago on how sometimes my own insecurities, but it's almost useless because I feel like he doesn't understand why I feel that way, and I don't feel that I should bother him with it. I don't want to make him feel like he's the problem when he's not. Is there any advice or anyone in a similar situation? How do you work through it? Thanks in advance. Mr. Wendell, your advice for the lady?
Oh, advice is stop believing all that stuff you see on social media because that's like
Facts.
contrived.
Okay.
They just made it up.
Facts.
They be driving to Beverly Hills to take pictures in front of houses they ain't never gonna be in. Like, it's insane.
Facts.
And yeah, like, don't worry about that looks though, because she asked like, what could she bring to the table? All she's thinking about is attractiveness. Like, yeah, that skateboarder, what she got in her life? Is she paying
Love
bills?
yours.
If she ain't paying no bills, that's all she got is skateboarding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, can she hold a household down? Like, she got to think about what she's good
Facts.
at. But
Facts.
Love yours.
it's tough. Yeah, love yours.
I've
Love
always said,
yours.
I'm not gonna say that shit.
Now say it now.
I'm not even gonna say it.
You know I hate
Oh,
that shit.
I ain't
Go
gonna
ahead and
say it.
say it.
I always say that women get too caught up in what other women look like. Because just because I like a page don't mean I like her. Just because I like a picture don't mean I like her. I might like what she's showing. She might be ugly as fuck, but have a nice set of tits. I'm liking them tits. I ain't liking her face. She might have no tits and have a nice ass. I'm liking that ass. I don't give a fuck about that bitch's face. And if I ever saw her in public, she'd just be somebody else in public.
Yeah.
Because
It's a fantasy thing.
Because this ocean is full of Instagram bitches. Dime a dozen. I would never risk my livelihood for an Instagram bitch.
Amen. Amen to
I'm gonna
that.
say, "Ooh, babe, look at her," but I ain't gonna do shit. Your take, study on the story.
Love yours. Uh, you're so busy worried about what he could be thinking about or what he could possibly find attractive. You're already missing out on the whole point of this all. The whole reason of happiness and all that. If you're so worried about what could be somewhere or what could be, you're missing out on just living life. So love yours. Stop worrying about what is on social media, because 120% of that is fake. Um, it, it's not you living your life. Like, so if you're more worried about what he could possibly be doing or thinking, just fucking spend time with him. Stop worrying about
Yeah.
what a page could be, what a page could mean. Love yours.
I think women undervalue personalities.
Yeah.
When you see that very non-attractive chick with a decent looking fella, it's because her personality is fucking fire.
And
She's chill.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave. Yep.
Go ahead, say what you gonna say.
There's probably some other things that are fine.
The head game is fire too. Geek.
I would just say continue going to therapy. I've definitely learned just from personal experience that a woman's mind is very complicated, and
7
sometimes
chessboards at one time.
essentially. So it's one of those things, because she's, at least from what I've heard, she's doing what I don't want to say she's doing what's right, but I mean she's keeping herself healthy. It's one of those things she needs to talk it out. She needs to continue doing what she's currently doing and just get to the right headspace to where she doesn't necessarily have to uh, constantly worry about that. I don't think it's ever going to completely go away. That's just one of those insecurities that it's probably going to stay with her, but it's one of those things that she'll get to the point where she can manage it, where she doesn't have to go on Reddit to ask questions about it.
I think it's wild because my thing is, I've always lived by the philosophy is that if I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm holding to my side, and I'm no longer attracted to you, well, it ain't on me, it's you. You had a change of heart, not me. And the thing is, with happiness has come within. No one can make you happy. You have to be happy within yourself. Now, people can take your happiness, they can leech your shit and make you fucking miserable because from situations they put you in, but ultimately your happiness comes from you. Like, it's not my job to make my wife happy. It's not her job to make me happy. It's our job to be happy within ourselves and then come together and be one big ass happy bubble and enjoy energy and enjoy each other. That's how that shit works.
Words of J. Cole's, there's no such thing as a life that's better than yours.
Facts.
Such thing. I actually think I'm gonna go talk to someone soon. Haven't
Like a
done that.
therapist?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
A
got a
little,
therapist. If
a
you
little
want to
frightened by it, but
send you the number.
yeah,
I mean, let's
I'm
talk
ready
about
to
that. Why are
do
you
it.
frightened? Why are you frightened about it?
Just because of like the way I look at stuff, and I don't
Is
know. I've never like
Is
divulged
it
some
a
stuff to people.
you think
is
it's a
it a
cultural thing?
stigma? Yeah, do you think it's the stigma of our culture as far as being black? And
I'm not worried about like talking to like a therapist because of what anybody would say about it. Like, cause like I'm the type where like when I decide to quit smoking, I'm going to get help to quit smoking. Like, it's not one of those things where I'm just, well, you can just quit on your own. People tell me that. I was like, I've tried and it doesn't work, so I'm gonna get help. Like, so a lot of the things that I've been doing ain't working. So
Do you think that you don't like to divulge stuff about yourself to other people because you don't want to provide them with ammo?
no,
Because
no, I don't know.
being vulnerable is tough. Because when you're vulnerable,
also,
you're giving people ammo to hurt you. Because now they can push buttons other people wouldn't be able to.
I
Well,
was
go ahead. My bad.
I was gonna say that the biggest thing for me going to therapy when I went is it's not that I'm afraid of this person using it against me. I'm more or less afraid of feeling like I'm burdening some with my problems. So that even though you're paying this person or your insurance is paying this person, you feel like you're sounding like you're a complainer instead of just um maybe just telling your feelings. So when you get past that barrier of I'm not complaining, I'm literally venting to you about what I'm feeling, you kind of get past that barrier of I don't want to sound like another person complaining or hogging somebody down with my problems. This is their job. So once you get that understanding, you start to be able to let it flow. Because that's the hardest part I had to like it was trying to figure out. I don't want to sound like a burden or a complainer or someone who's just unhappy
Yeah,
or and then you go, you know what? No, I'm venting. And you start talking a little bit more. You go, you know what? Let me start talking about this and talking about this. And then before you realize you're fucking flowing. It's flowing out and you're telling everything. And you realize that shit took off the toll that was eating you up just because you were able to talk about it. But you just have to get past that mental block of,
yeah,
am I being a burden?
yeah. I just never done it, so
Yeah, I get it.
it's,
It's not an easy transition, man. You're telling a stranger your thoughts.
yeah, and shit. I don't tell anyone,
Yeah.
like anyone.
That's the thing. Now, do you not tell people because you don't feel comfortable telling people, or you tell people because you don't want to burden people?
Both, both, because I don't want to hear. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I get like worried about how people will think. Like my thoughts are fucking weird, man. Like they're all over the place and they're just out there. And like
Yeah, but
I
you're
think
entitled
I'm
to your
worried about being like,
your thoughts.
yeah.
Anyone will look at you different because of your thoughts is not your friend.
I mean,
Like
I could get that.
I say a lot of crazy shit, and he'd be like, "Come on, nigga," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. That was crazy. Like, let's bring it down to
Always
earth."
this is the one thing that always runs to my mind. I told him this recently was when he says some shit and I'll be like, come on, nigga, I know you. You're smarter than that. You don't have to say that. Like, because I know. It's like I know what he's capable of. And when he starts taking a risk or a mistake that I know he would never really do, I'll say it. Like, I know you're smarter than that. You don't need to do that. Like, he's a smart guy. So like, and even if he did take a risk, I'm not going to change my way I think of him because he's my brother. So
Yeah,
it's like you're my brother, and like that's somewhere. Like I said, if like he said, if someone looks at you different after the fact, they're not your friend.
I'm gonna just
yeah,
be
and
real with
like,
you. If
go
you tell
ahead.
me some weird shit, Kevin, we're gonna talk about it, and then
It's not gonna be
after,
like I don't know. I don't know.
and then after a safe allotment of time, we're gonna have a joke about this shit because I really do believe that laughing at your pain is the best way to get over the pain. We're gonna talk
Yeah,
about it.
I might
yeah,
like to wear poodle hair. You know, Maurice is still gonna rock with me after that.
yeah. I just gotta, I guess, get past the barrier of doing it. 'Cause
It's not easy being vulnerable. I don't think us as black men, I don't think black men are comfortable being vulnerable. I'm trying to be vulnerable somewhat with my wife, and I'll be honest with you, I hold back 90% of the time because it's like I'm just giving
That,
her ammo.
that's where it is for me.
I'm
The
just
being
giving her
vulnerable
ammo.
with the significant other is a hard thing
Because
because
I
you know that can be turned on you,
flipped in a
and that
heartbeat.
fear of being turned on you is very, very strong. A strong reserve to say, I'm just going to shut the fuck up. Like, that's why it's so much easier to tell a therapist because
I think,
by law, they're supposed to keep your shit
yeah,
confidential.
I think part of my plight too. I think part of my plight too is being like the person I am or the type of person I am. Just I don't want to use like comedy, but like I think I'm the guy who make people laugh. I uplift and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And
But those are the
That
people we need to
person
check on
needs
the
a,
most.
yeah, those are the people that
That's
they got to unload somewhere.
trust me, I'm feeling it.
Do you say trust me or stress me?
No, trust me, trust me,
Yeah,
I'm
you got to
feeling
unload
it.
somewhere because eventually, like, not everyone, like, even
Yeah.
the person that makes everybody laugh
Yeah,
got to have an off day sometime.
because I'll be a lot more vulnerable with that. Like I, I've said I've been, but like I've been like at a breaking point for like the past 2 weeks. So it's like I think
Been there.
I need to go talk to somebody.
I've been there.
Like I be taking out shit that I don't need to take out on people for no reason, and I'm like, you didn't have anything to do with that, and my bad. So it's not
Yeah.
fun apologizing for shit that somebody didn't deserve. You know what I mean? They didn't deserve that,
I
and it's
apologize
tough.
to my wall daily.
Hey man, you gotta get a bag.
Yeah, right. He has one. He just it wasn't close enough.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can definitely
Yeah.
relate what you're saying, Kevin. Like I said, it's really hard. It's hard for me to be vulnerable. Period. And a lot of times I hold shit in until it's just eating me up to the point where I just can't hold it in. And then it's like then I just I'll tell the wife or I'll tell India, and it's like I just say everything, and then just all right, fuck it. And then the next day it is what it is. I'm back to putting one foot in front of the other and just maintaining. Like let me just
Yeah,
focus on what I got to do right now. And I think a lot of times saying shit helps more than we realize. Like just saying it, like saying what you're thinking, just physically saying that. I think that helps more than we realize.
And you have a
Yeah.
gift too.
I used to
Like,
journal.
yeah, when you're able to tell those thoughts out like you do, you can do it with a comedy, you journal. You have gifts like that when you can write, you
Yeah.
get to express it in a way, in your own creative way. It helps because it kind of gives you kind of a, I guess, a silver lining to it all because it's something that you can do that somebody else can, not necessarily everyone else can. So use that as a tool for your
Can I
breakthroughs.
can I ask you something about like uh, well, all you guys? Do you guys all have therapists? Because I know Keith, Andy, Mo, do
That's
you?
one.
No, I do not.
Because I was trying to figure out how the fuck do you fit the time in? like,
I have
like
Fridays off all the time. It's my mental health
I
day.
am
yeah.
currently looking for one. I'm actually currently looking for a black therapist. So it's taking a bit longer than I
There's
would
one
like.
in there's one in Moval. Apparently she's supposed to be pretty good.
Well,
I
I
don't
need to
know.
make sure they can take my insurance. But
Yeah. I've thought about it many times, Kevin. Never been brave enough to cross the line.
That's a step. Once you get to that step, it's a step because it's a hard thing to just cross that threshold of just saying I'm
Yeah.
going to try. And
But
when you try, then you got to get through the like I said, the barrier of what the fuck do I tell this person because I don't want them. And then once you get past that, then it's the talking part. So
yeah.
what do you disclose and what do you tackle this week and leave for something for next week? Because like you're trying to get everything in an hour or however long you have therapy for.
I also think this is kind of important. You need to have these discussions with people who are similar and not like minded. because I think the more opinions and more different ways that things are approached, the more you can kind of dissect what you are actually feeling, what's actually tricking you at this point. You know what I mean? Like another outlook on what's going on, because something you may, because I've had it shit recently. I'm not gonna say that I thought I had it pretty fucking bad, and then you know Stutter would tell me something in private, and I'm like, well shit, maybe I should just shut the fuck up and keep walking, because my man got it hard. Like what I'm going through is not as heavy. It's heavy, but shit, like. And I think I get that constant reminder of it could always be worse. I know Stutter says that shit all the time. Or it could be worse. It could be worse. And I'm like, yeah, nigga, it could be worse, but it's still bad to me right now. That's how I always feel in the moment. But when I actually sat back and was like, man, like, yeah, it could be worse. It could be some wild shit that's completely out of my control. And so I think about, if you kind of use that mindset, I think that kind of helps a little bit too. Like, you have to understand that
Yeah,
it's always a little worse for somebody else. Like, it ain't as bad as it
I
may
think I get
appear.
that. I get that reminder like it almost feels like a daily now on the way to work. It's just there's so many fatal accidents that are seem to be happening, like wrong way crashes a lot more. And I seem to drive past every one of them, and like I think about that person didn't go home, like their family's going through something,
Yeah.
I think,
and
yeah,
like that
that's a
puts it in
trucker life.
perspective. Yeah, you guys, I'm sure see a lot.
A
That's
lot.
trucker life. You shit.
Yeah.
But what
But
I will say is like what you say about being the guy that makes everybody laugh. For me, I've generally been the positive silver lining guy, and sometimes
unknowingly
trying
positive.
to stay positive or try to stay in thoughts. You have shit like how my life's been in the past 6 months, and it was it's been one after another. Things just hitting me left and right, and trying to figure it out and balance it all. And a lot of times you get overwhelmed by it, but like you just have to be able to take the small victories in order to get past that, because a lot of this shit just it'll hit you and you don't know how to deal with it. And like I last year, like I don't talk about it much, but in the end of last year, I got hit with COVID the same week, the same day I found out my dad wasn't going to make it through. So I had COVID and I had to go visit him that same time. But luckily, the nurse was able to give me like double mask, and they didn't check me. They just let me say goodbye.
Yeah,
So I'm still trying to process that, and I have no energy. And I remember I was feeling real winded and weak getting to that hospital, but I did want to be able to say goodbye. And like going through that, then trying to process that, then prepare with dealing with family and getting money together for the funeral, and like going through all that, still trying to deal with the health thing on my end for my own health problems. And like you kind of get a grasp on it. And then my mom gets in a car accident and she's in the same hospital he was in, as far as when he first went to the hospital, and then trying to process that. And then, her hitting me with random things like, I know your dad's gone. I don't want to, I don't want to leave you alone. So I'm going to push through stuff like that. Like those triggers hit me, um, and give me thoughts, and it starts to fuck with my mind. But like I said, at the end of it all, I still have to be able to take the small victories of being able to get up and know that my kids are okay, or know that money, food's still on the table, or know that I still have a job, or know that I was able to get up today, and all of it. Just gotta take the small victories, man. And Maurice checks on me a lot, and I need that shit, because if I didn't have that, I don't know what the fuck I'd be at today, because a lot of it just gets too much. So like, take the steps, go to therapy, get past the fears you may have, go get better, man. Because life's short, especially being black, man. Life is fucking short. Love your family. Don't take them for granted.
Facts.
I miss my dad every day.
Facts.
I see my mom going through whatever she's going through. I'm going through whatever I'm going through. I have a heart monitor on right now, but let's take the victories.
I'm trying. Trying.
I saw a video and I don't know, I've been watching a lot of motivation videos recently. And the guy said something like there's something like 84 billion, I don't know what the number is, but 84,000 seconds in a day. And he said, imagine you wake up every morning with $84,000 or $840,000. You wake up every day, but by the end of the day, you have nothing. But you know, the next day when you wake up, you're gonna have another 840,000. He said, would you waste that money? Because once that money's gone in the day, you can't get it back. And so basically, what I took out of it, what he's trying to say is that the time we have today, it's for today. It's not going to be for tomorrow. You can't use it next week. You only have it for today. So are you making the most of your time today? And by making the most of the time is, are you doing what you need to do to make sure that you are okay? Because as men, as head of households, as providers, it starts with us. So we can fake it till we make it all we want, but eventually that's just going to trickle down. And then the significant other is going to say, hey, okay, what's going on? And then eventually it's going to hit the kids. And then it's going to, it's going to trickle down all the way down. And then some way or form, everyone in the house is going to feel it. So we have to take the steps every day to make sure that, hey, I'm in the best mind state. I know a lot of times what I do is I try to say, fuck what I'm going through. I'm gonna just push. I'm gonna just push to the back of my mind and just keep going forward because I gotta do. And what I notice is that when I do that shit, it takes the smallest thing to break me. And then it's a complete 180. Complete 180 with the attitude, complete 180 with the hustle, the drive, everything. It's just a complete 180. Now I go from being the highest of the high, just trying to keep going, to now I'm at the lowest of my lows. And it's like, I'm like, fuck everything. And then I have to, then from there, it starts to the point where now I have to fight my way back. Boom. To each step. Okay, let me just get this. Boom. Let me get this. Okay, let me just do this. Just keep stopping, just keep walking. Keep going. Like, a lot of times to me, it's a victory just getting out of bed. Because a lot of mornings I wake up and I just go, man, I just want to lay here. I don't want to do shit. I could have 1,000 things to do. And I'm like, well, this pillow feels mighty comfortable. But I have to remind myself, hey, I got mouths to feed. I got bills to pay. I got shit that I have, responsibilities that I have agreed to. And that what helps me. And then once I get moving, it's like I tell Stud all the time, it's like, what I know about myself is that I just have to start. I just have to start. Once I start, I'll finish it. I have to start. I may not finish it that same day. I may not finish it that week, but I will finish it. But I have to start. That's the thing. I have to get up, wash my face, throw some clothes on, and just get moving. And I get there. And that's all it takes, man. And you're already starting because you're already looking. You get it.
Yeah, it's time.
And you can call me.
Man.
I just be masking shit. That's all I do is mask it.
Yeah. But
Wealth is wealth, man.
all the time. But last story of the pod, real quick. Title is I'm falling out of love. And this one's kind of fucked up. I think it is personally. It says my wife is very pregnant and she's become insufferable. Right. I'm gonna read that one again. I'm gonna read that one again. My wife is very pregnant, so she must be in the later, I'm gonna say late second, early third trimester, and she's become insufferable. I know it's hard for her, and I'm a complete piece of shit, but she is so demanding and unreasonable. She sits all day and barks orders. I'm working 7 days a week and I'm exhausted, but when I come home, she wants me to do more shit. I can see the tone in which he wrote this. I have 2 businesses and I'm doing the best I can, but it never seems to be enough. I assure her that I'm doing the best I can, but she makes it seem like I should do more. There literally isn't enough time in the day. I only sleep maybe 5 hours a night. I'm not eating at all. I've lost 20 pounds since she's gotten pregnant. And on the off chance I want to spend some of my night watching a movie or something, she talks about all the shit I have to do. I'm beginning to resent her. I don't want to feel this way, but it's extremely hard. I don't want to be here anymore. Your
Has
thoughts?
to speak up. If he hasn't told her already, he has to speak up. Because if not, it's
It's
not.
tough.
You have to
It's
say something. I
to
mean,
me,
I get that she's pregnant, but
it's tough because
Tough.
is she like one of those overly demanding pregnants? Like she just wants him to
yeah.
do everything. Like
Or
is there no one, or is she just being extra? Or
or
is he being extra?
is this potentially what she's going to be like once the baby's there, and then this is the new norm for her?
But I'm saying she's now. Is she
Yeah,
bed?
hormones.
There's a lot of factors. Is she bedridden?
Hmm.
Are there other kids? Is she having a healthy pregnancy? There's a lot of factors that are not stated in here.
But
Yeah.
I'm saying what he did state are very, very important signs of you need to speak the fuck up, because if you're working 7 days a week, you're only sleeping 5 hours, you've lost 20 pounds. These are things you have to say, look, like we have to get an understanding here of I'm doing the best I can. Cut me some slack. Like, don't, like, I'm not saying that you have to do this or that, but cut me some slack. Because if you're trying your best and they're still saying it's not enough, you got to speak up. Because if not, then you're gonna and that's not gonna be. I'm starting to. It's gonna be like, I fucking resent her. I can't stand her. Because if this becomes the new norm and he never spoke up, he never said, look, like, this was cool when you were pregnant, but now you're expecting this
All the time.
from here on out because you got that I've been doing it for so long and never said anything.
I will say this: my wife was, she wasn't too bad when she was pregnant, but she also knew that I wasn't going to allow her to do anything that would jeopardize the baby. So she made a lot of threats. You know, a lot. So I got up a lot of times in the middle of the night and went and bought shit because she was having a craving or whatever the case may be, just because I didn't want her out in the streets because she was and at the time we were not living in the best of places, so I really didn't want her to leave. Um, but I think at the end of the day, she still understood. I think even once my daughter was here and she was dealing with all the mental stuff she was dealing with, she still gave me time to decompress after, my day at work or whatever the case may be. Um, so I'm not, like I said, I feel like he's leaving out a lot in this story. Like, I granted it now, if he's running two businesses, sleeping 5 hours, he does have a lot on his plate. So it may be a situation to where maybe you need to get a mother-in-law or your mother or sister or something to help out if it's that if she's that demanding. Because I mean, pregnancy
Yeah.
do they take time, and that's not going to get any. I don't think it's going to get any better when the baby's here,
That's gonna get worse.
especially depending on how the birth goes.
I
That's
If
think
why
she if
it's
she
important to speak up.
if she has a not so easy birth, or if she ends
it's,
up having the C-section, now she really can't, and now you really got to take care of her and the baby. You might as well go ahead and hope you got somebody run the business while you're at home.
yeah,
This shit's starting to hit.
it's tough
Don't
because I don't
scratch it.
know
I'll make
if
it work.
he's gonna do the.
Pat it. You gotta pat it.
It's like braids. You had
Yeah,
those.
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
had
pat it.
cornrows. I might get them again. Who knows? Because I ain't paying $300 for a fucking touch up dreads. I can't. When
You got it ball out.
300 told me that shit, I said 300. I said no, I'm good. I'm good. I can't afford that. That's too much for my blood.
Did you
What's your
Spartan kick him? Get it?
Huh?
Get it?
I
300.
got
You should have
you. I
Spartan
got you.
kicked him.
I got it. I got it. I got it. Your take, Keith.
Um, yeah, that's definitely one of those things he definitely needs to. Obviously, he needs to be careful how he goes about it, but he definitely needs to speak up. Um, and it definitely sounds like he needs. It's hard because I don't know what his situation is, but it definitely sounds like he needs some help of some kind,
Yeah.
be it uh, kind of the theme of this episode. He needs to speak to somebody.
Or somebody's.
Yeah. And then it sounds like he just needs some extra hands just around to help out with things, be it either with his business or at home or both. It's tough because
Sounds like her. No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
he needs to approach it with the mindset that this is for his child.
Yeah.
It may be unbearable, it may be unsufferable, but her stress is the child's stress. That's the one thing. And that's for those 9 months. It's kind of like you got to just take them on the chin. You got to take them on the chin.
My only concern is what happens after the 9 months.
Well, after the fact, you speak up. You have to speak up. There has to be ground rules. You can set some type of ground rules now, but at the same time, you don't want her to do anything or be overly stressed because then that directly impacts the baby. Now, once the baby's here, if she's stressed, she can figure out how to deal with that shit.
'Cause
I'm
after
doing
the
my
9
role as
months,
a
like I said,
father.
if she thinks this is the new norm, he's in trouble.
I'm just
No.
worried that he might be extra. Because I
You
wish we
think he's
knew,
putting
like,
on it?
because she might be
Yeah.
like 2 months pregnant. And he like, she's very pregnant. You're like, yeah, damn, dude. Wait, watch what happens at 6.
But see, the thing is, he's not. To me, he's not. There's not enough detail because we don't know what kind of pregnancy she's having because they're not all the same. She could be one where she's bedridden. She could have one where she's constantly nauseated, or she could have a preeclampsia or whatever all other shit possible for women to have when they get pregnant. Like we don't know the full story behind it. I do know from my experience that childbearing is not easy, and I would never do that shit myself.
Have you seen the meme on one of those pages? Maurice, you probably follow the page too, I'm sure of it, where the guy's carrying the fetus in his testicles, and they show the whole process. And I said, it's like, I'm sure a woman made it, but it said like, what if, and like it was like only if or something like that. And he's carrying the baby in his testicles, and then he
No,
gives birth.
I have not
I
seen
said,
that.
this is
We wouldn't have no babies.
Not at all.
World would just be 27 people.
Not at all.
I'm not going through that shit.
Yeah, I mean, if he's working and coming home and doing a whole lot of tasks, because I don't know if he's like, what if he working 7 days a week and staying at the office all day,
Yeah.
and all she asking is like, "Hey, can you give me some food?" And he's like, "God, you just want me to do everything."
Here's the thing.
Like,
If you're working 2 jobs, because what I think it might be, she may be trying to nest. You know how women, they go through their whole
Yeah.
nesting thing. You need to outsource some of these nesting responsibilities. So pay somebody to come in and paint that shit. Pay somebody to come in and hang them baby pictures up. Set the room how she want it. Let her dictate where she goes. Because it may be as simple as she just wants him to come home and pick out baby furniture,
Yeah.
or look at baby clothes, or plan a baby shower, or nowadays a gender reveal, whatever the case may be. Or we got to
Just set
decide on a
aside some
name.
time
Nothing
too.
else.
Just set aside a certain amount of time. Be like, I can't do this all day. We can do
Exactly.
it this time. It's
He
like that
should.
goes straight to what you're saying. Speak up.
Yeah. He should be allowed some time to decompress
Yeah.
because
All this speaking up has to happen.
it has to
Yeah.
happen.
He has to say something.
Yeah, because you can't.
Not to Reddit. He can't talk to Reddit. He needs to
Yeah,
talk to
Reddit's
her.
not gonna do that shit. You guys talk to the other person and say, look, like, I get this is going on.
Yeah, because
You gotta figure something out.
Because for all we know, he's getting it from both sides. Maybe it's hell at the office and hell at the house, and
True.
there's no reprieve anywhere.
The internet ain't the place for advice. Because
Yeah,
they're going to give it to you.
I don't use the internet
You ain't gonna like half of
for
it. You're not
I
gonna
use
like
the
half
internet
of it.
for advice.
Well, you should
Nah,
definitely take the advice of the Heavyweight Podcast. We give out some good one.
This is
Sometimes.
more than
What
this
was
is
that?
more than doing
Sometimes
it.
it's sometimes
It's real
I
shit.
don't know. Some of the advice that we've given on
Oh,
some
you
of these
mean
Reddit things.
the rather
Real
small.
shit.
Yeah, rather small guy. But I will say for the most part we do try to give sound advice, but sometimes we fuck up. We're human beings too.
Players fuck up too.
I love that phrase.
Play as
I
fuck
say
up
it at
too.
work all the time, and I'm like, y'all ain't seen that movie. Never mind.
Play as fuck up too. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I think he definitely has to speak up. Definitely. And we're gonna say a prayer for you, Mr. Wendell. That works out for
Yeah,
you.
man. Health is
Yeah,
wealth.
I'm gonna get with you, or just text it to me. We'll do it like that.
You want the number?
Yeah,
All right, for sure.
'cause I'm like, I don't even know where to start. Like, do I just go in and be like, hey,
First, you
want
see
to talk
if
to
if
somebody?
they take your insurance.
Just walk in and say, "Nigga, you won't believe this shit," and just start.
You want to make sure they take your insurance because you don't want to be coming out of pocket for something you don't have to
Yep.
come out of pocket for.
Yeah, that.
Oh yeah.
Look here, man. Apparently, I have good insurance. I plan on using that shit till it die.
Speaking of which,
Okay.
this is a flex for us. I got a check for my for health. No, I didn't get a check. They sent it to me to give to the other person,
Oh,
and it was over $11,000. And I said, I don't have to come out of pocket for anything, and you're just getting me $11,000 to give to this specialist. Shit, we have good insurance.
I be
Because
wanting to eat them checks so
but
bad.
it really bugged me because I really wanted to keep the check because I was like, why would you send me a portion of money this big and like you want me to fucking do
And
a crime or
expect me
something?
to do the right thing. That's the fucked
Yeah,
up part.
11,000. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like, but anyway, good. That's a flex. We have good insurance.
Yeah, it's nice. Mine ain't. I don't know what y'all's is, but I do know the differences now because we was on my wife's insurance at one point, and then we got on mine, and I was like, that's a world of difference. That is a
Yeah.
world of difference.
Like, why are there only 3 doctors in our area? What the? Yeah, man. But like I said, we hope everything works out for you. With that being
Well, I
said, this
appreciate
is
y'all.
we appreciate you, Juicy.
It's not
With that
juicy.
being said, this has been episode 42 of the Heavyweight
Jerry
Podcast.
Stackhouse.
Jackie Robinson. I am your
Michael Clark
host.
Duncan. I just feel like saying something.
Rest in peace.
I am your host, Molito, and I'm here with these 3 guys.
Sutter McFly, aka Jesse the Barber's son.
I am Harry Bone Hamilton.
Let's get away from the bones, okay?
What, Harry
Gold
Bone?
chains.
Oh, Harry Bone. You know where he got that from?
Okay.
This is deep
And
for you.
man, we love y'all. We appreciate all the support. We are once again
Spotify.
like, comment, subscribe. We are on
iHeart.
everything: Spotify, iHeart, Apple Music, Google Play, whatever that shit called, Amazon, Audible. Shit, email me. I'll send you the direct link. Follow us again: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I don't know about Twitter. We might be on Twitter.
OnlyFans.
We on Twitter.
We got OnlyFans?
No.
It's just
One
pictures
day.
of fans.
Yeah.
Yes, it's OnlyFans.
All right, man. It's been real. We love y'all. Episode 42. We'll see y'all again next week, man. Peace.
Peace.
If you can hear the sound of my voice, you're a real one for sticking to the end. Just want to thank you again for listening and stay tuned for the next episode. 40 out.